We're halfway through the generation, and Xbox and PlayStation have both released dozens of huge games. Something is about to change in 2024, and it hasn't happened in over a decade. And surprisingly, this time, it's coming from Xbox. This is Colteastwood. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the biggest games coming to Xbox and PlayStation in 2024. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly videos. So while you're here, let's talk about what Xbox and PlayStation have coming in 2024. Let's look at game visuals, next generation prowess, and the quality of Xbox and PlayStation's biggest games in 2024. 2024 is charged with colossal first-party exclusives and partner studios providing games for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. Not only are these upcoming games the long-awaited showcase of the power of next-generation games engines, but developer creativity, and this is also the ultimate showdown between Xbox and PlayStation. Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga is the first next and true next-generation Unreal Engine 5 game showcase. There are a few releases in Unreal Engine 5, but this one is the first fully next-generation stunning showcase of cutting-edge motion capture technology and visuals rendering available only in Unreal Engine 5. Ninja Theory has created a lifelike cinematic recreation of a playable character with overhauled combat and mind-breaking narrative and puzzles. Hellblade 2 is the first big Xbox game coming out May 21st, 2024. Helldivers 2 is a classic third-person shooter franchise from PlayStation that is finally re-emerging thanks to help from a third-party studio. It gives us Star Wars Battlefront meets Lost Planet. And we recently saw this gameplay footage, and it gives us that Space Marine co-op live service shooter running on the Biscuit engine that doesn't necessarily impress with visuals, but will rally PlayStation gamers together online as well as releasing day and date on PC, which is a new shift for PlayStation's model. Helldivers 2 comes out February 8th, 2024. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle from Machine Games is fully built in id Tech 7. And this engine excels in first-person combat, traversal, and high-performance cutting-edge visuals. The character model for Indiana Jones looks so realistic that it's even being criticized for its uncanny reception, as Harrison Ford looks like a digital clone. The entire outrage about Indiana Jones being first-person and not copying the stylistic choice of Tomb Raider and Uncharted has all but mostly dissolved, as games industry outlets and big fans of the franchise are just excited to play this game behind the eyes of Indiana Jones. Xbox promises to release this one in 2024, and as well, they better keep their promise. Rise of the Ronin is a game created by Team Ninja that just partnered with Xbox, who did Wolong Fantasy last year, and this open Souls-like samurai game looks to be very challenging and visceral. Team Ninja is using a proprietary game engine that uses high tension and quick reflexes, but the showing of gameplay for Rise of Ronin utterly disappointed millions of fans as the game presented like a PS3-era graphic showcase. This was outshined by PlayStation's own Ghost of Tsushima. Rise of the Ronin is not a standout for its quality of modern graphics, but these games are usually well loved, and Rise of the Ronin is set to release March 22nd, 2024. Stalker 2 is another visual watermark graphics showcase for Unreal Engine 5 on Xbox Series consoles and PC. The game has seen some massive improvements over the past year or two in visuals and quality, and this psychological open-world Eastern European survival game has hard-hitting first-person combat and transfiguring anomalies brought on by the radiated wasteland. Stalker 2 is meant to be a highly challenging and patience-testing game from GSC World Studios, and it's set to finally release on September 5th, 2024. Stellar Blade is an Unreal Engine 4 game from a smaller studio in Korea, Shift Up, lending some open area interaction, frenetic melee combat like Bayonetta, and egregious outfit swapping, and an emphasis on back and thighs presentation. This marks the reliance on third-party exclusivity from PlayStation in absence of their full tentpole first-party studios showcasing any games for 2024, let alone anything that could be coming in the next year in 25. Stellar Blade's visuals are top-notch with excellent South Korean talent for lighting and animation. And Stellar Blade comes out April 26, 2024. Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment is another Unreal Engine game in Unreal Engine 5. Taking a close look at the rendering, animations, and lighting, it isn't one of the most visually stunning games this year. All of its full first-person perspective, the melee combat-based animations could be more tactile and reactive, but the magic-based and ranged weapons look phenomenal. The environmental lighting and rendering of the game outshine the character and creature models, and Obsidian for the first time has really created a visually stunning RPG world that is more focused on the visual wonder than relying on stylization. The world is meant to be so open and more open than their previous game, and many places to discover and explore. There are multiple biomes that are shown here that will showcase the variety and color palette we'll explore in Avowed. Still, no release date, but Xbox promises to release Avowed in 2024. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the extension of this massive remake from the classic PlayStation game from Square Enix. This will eventually make its way to the Xbox platform, and not until this trilogy has been fully completed on PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has fantastic character modeling and varied locations with a beautiful art style, but this cross-generation title already looked this great on the now 11-year-old PlayStation 4. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out February 29th, 2024. There are even more games coming this year to PlayStation and Xbox, with some to be announced, and these are the biggest games coming this year to push the boundaries of visuals, gameplay, and immersion in 2024. As we finally get out of cross-generation support for the PS4 and Xbox One, developers will be stretching out what we can expect from AAA and even AA studios to provide us with cutting-edge graphics and fantastic gameplay. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm super excited about 2024, and it's great to see Xbox and PlayStation finally have a bunch of games to compete head-to-head to get games for us to play on our consoles. I'm super excited about how Xbox has their first-party studios finally delivering these games we've been waiting a long time for, but in contrast, PlayStation's first-party studios have not announced anything new for the generation, and it's good to see new IPs from Xbox especially, but I'm wondering where PlayStation's big tentpole games are. They're really relying heavily on third-party support and publishing in-house with studios, but we'll still have some great, interesting games to check out regardless. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel and hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support the Colteastwood channel, you can hit the join button below. That'll get you entered into early access where you get videos early and merch giveaways for shirts like the XCC podcast or any shirt of your choice if you're a winner. Also, we have the XCC Podcast Club and the Super Class where I can teach you about production, lighting, camera work, and all that stuff to grow your own YouTube channel. Those links are in the description if you want to check that out. And those of you, thank you so much for supporting the XCC Podcast as we run every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about the games news, industry leaks, the trajectory of business, and it's a great discussion for about 2 hours on there. Thank you everybody for checking that out, and for people on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for also checking us out on demand. But I want to know what you guys think about this suite of 2024 games. Indiana Jones, you got Rise of the Ronin, Final Fantasy Rebirth, another Final Fantasy game. Avowed is a new IP, and Hellblade, a lot of great games. Let me know what you're most excited about in the comment section. And while you're there, as I always say, be nice.
Thought you wouldn't get caught? It's time to pay up, one way or another. I was hoping you'd say that.